Yeah. From craft brewing pioneers, the McCashin family. Wait, am I just still reading?
Got it. It's just coughed on that.
Everybody just interrupted me. They're like,
Okay. Alright. Okay. Guys. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. My name is Daniel.
Nah, you're interrupting me.
Dick.
Okay.
Let's get this on the road.
So,
Am I
welcome to Netfomani podcast. Why we're still virgins, actually.
The king.
But, it's been a while since we've uploaded a video or anything at all. But I have Andrew here, finally.
Crikey, Dick.
It's only taken 3 years.
Try 5.
Yeah, try 5. So, yeah. So this is where we'll...
That subs count. A whole 17 people. Woo!
So,
damn Skippy.
what were we originally trying to go for today? Like, are you going over space laws or something for Martian stuff?
Space laws. I mean, how hard can it be to start a podcast, really? You know,
Well, true. I mean, that's the name of the episode, isn't it? So it's...
Yeah, that's
How hard
cool.
could it be?
This is episode 1, part 1. How hard can it
Part
be to start
one?
a podcast?
Yeah, okay, part 1.
Part 1. I mean,
Just
we're probably
to
gonna have
sort of
multiple parts on how
disclosement,
to
we'll
do
never
it.
have a part 2. But
It'll be 1,000 episodes, part 1.
but there'll never be a part 2.
No, every episode is just part 1.
I mean, it'll take us 6 months to make a new episode, but we'll
Oh,
find
yeah, probably.
No, we've got to go for 4 years. We've got to go for a new record.
New
I mean,
record,
we're
4 years. Took us
Louis,
5
can I open my cider yet?
Yeah, open it.
Go whatever you want.
You alcoholics.
Go on, you alcoholic. Drink your cider.
See, okay, we're not. Okay,
With like my microphone. The awkward thing
listen,
is having
Daniel,
a
I'm not
headset.
responsible. I'm not responsible for you being drunk on the podcast. So.
Okay, fair enough.
Crikey.
All right, here we go. Let's see. Let's have a listen.
Okay.
Oh,
That was
okay.
Do we
disappointing.
really want to listen? Yeah, it was kind of disappointing.
All right.
That was
Well,
Can you do that again?
Yeah, sure.
You
hold on.
drink more. Drink
Can we
more.
repeat that just to get that
Oh,
sound?
there's a label on the inside.
Oh, is there a label?
no, don't read
Okay,
that.
sorry. Hold on.
Made
So-
in China.
So Andrew, did you find anything on Martian laws, or did you just not bother?
Martial law? Well, you know, I did a little bit of research about 5 seconds ago.
All right.
It's kind of interesting. What do you reckon? Should we be following laws? Because, I mean, Elon Musk at the moment has this idea for SpaceX to send up a colony of about I'm not quite sure how many people they're planning to send up.
It's like
But they already
5
have
or
a
something.
team picked out. No, they're sending out quite a few. There's probably
Yeah.
about 20 or 30 of them or something
True.
like that. But they're sending them up to Mars in 2025. It's not that far away. It's only like, 7 years away now.
Yeah, 7 years.
So,
Yeah.
it's kind of scary. Well, kind of trippy. But, seeing as space technically falls under... I can't even... It's the ocean rules. Rules of the ocean.
International.
Maritime.
Maritime open water rules, because technically space is an ocean.
It's
Well,
international
wait,
waters,
is it
basically.
International
Yeah,
waters.
it's international
technically-
waters,
Yeah,
yeah.
technically space is
No
international
one owns
waters.
space.
Yeah.
So, when they send this ship, this spacecraft to Mars, what kind of law system will they be following? Will they be following an American law system? Will Elon Musk and SpaceX create their
Well, no,
own
but as you said,
system?
they're following international, so they'll be...
No, but will it be like...
Mars is a planet. Mars
Will
is a
it be
planet.
like because...
It's not part of space.
because
Mars is its
they're-
own planet. When they're on the planet.
Yeah, well,
Will it-
because...
Oh, so it's like society in,
I
Well,
was-
society will start again, won't it? So if we send over murderers, it's just going to be a planet of Hunger Games.
Well, see,
I
Andrew,
highly doubt they're sending over murderers in that first
I've
batch.
given
I
a
think it's
little...
bunch
You
I've
never
given a
know,
little
Andrew.
bit of thought.
The calmest
this.
people are always the craziest.
Yeah, you included.
I've given I've given a bit of thought to this.
Alright, let's hear your
I
thoughts.
think that because their base that they're setting up will be American property, that within their
But will
base,
it be? Because
it will
it's
be
not-
American
it's
law.
only an American company. It's only an American company.
But
Yes,
what
but
happens
it
if
is
they-
the property
Yeah, but
of
Americans
America.
like, well, we did this, so it has to be American.
I think it'll
Yeah,
be very
but-
similar to sort of like colonization of different countries. When us English fellows moved over, so like they took their laws with them,
Well-
and that's how they enforced them on the land. So
Well, see,
therefore,
yeah.
it's kind of like whoever gets there first decides what happens.
Yeah, but
Okay,
also
okay,
I'm
so if we're
saying
gonna go
that
down that straight.
it's like the
Dude,
bit of land.
Does Elon Musk and SpaceX then own all of Mars?
No.
Because they're the-
No.
They own the
SpaceX
bit the
doesn't
base
own
is
Mars.
on. Whatever the
People
base
on Mars
covers,
own it.
that's
Yeah,
theirs.
so they're part
Like
of SpaceX.
colonization, it
They're
will just
employed
be
by
like-
SpaceX though. If they're employed by SpaceX, does SpaceX then own Mars?
No.
SpaceX isn't like a governing
SpaceX is
body.
using Mars. They don't
They
own
could be yours. They could be though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
like when
all they
when
have to
the
do is have a
English
flag.
fellows came over here, they did not instantly. It wasn't their land. They
It
were
wasn't-
They
it
put
wasn't-
a
it wasn't
flag
Captain
down and
Cook's
killed the
land. He-
natives.
They
Captain
did.
Cook-
That's
Cook-
true. They did kill a
declared
lot
it
of
the
natives.
British Empire. That's
They
how
claimed
it works.
it. They claimed it. Killed the second settlers of this country, and claimed it as their own. They did the same thing in India. They went and, do you have a flag? No, and so they claimed India. And for
Great
that
quote
for
there.
a while.
I mean, okay, but then here's the question: is there isn't actually any oceans on Mars?
Well, there
So
is.
how can
There's
they-
frozen lakes. There's frozen lakes.
They're
There's
more
Yeah,
stating it'll be divided up by who
Are you
places
confused
themselves
on
on
how
a
it
certain
uses
bit of land.
international
But how-
law, Adam?
What I'm
No, I mean,
more
like, how are
saying,
they going to know about like territories and stuff?
well,
I
the
think
bit.
it's like
Okay,
Mars
so
is
first
ground.
off,
It's
the
like
way
states of America,
territories
Adam.
work, right,
Yeah,
is
but we don't
Adam.
know-
Adam.
Yes.
Picture your house, right? The territory of your house is as far as the fence is, basically,
Yeah. But,
right? So it's same with that. So the territory that they own is as far as the base goes.
Yeah.
Their fence.
Because that's their fence. It's like the walls of that base are the fence, and they own everything within that.
Then how would you?
It
how would
doesn't
you
mean
class
they
that
own
of-
Mars.
Then how would you class the territory outside of
International waters.
Yeah,
Yeah, but is it
international
in-
waters.
Which
it
means that if
international
they
waters, though?
step,
'Cause it's
if
a
they go a
planet- it's a
certain
planet, right?
distance
It's a planet.
away
Not space.
from their base, they would be in international law.
But
Yeah,
that would
so-
be like me walking outside my door, outside my front gate, standing on the middle of the road and going, I claim this road.
Well, there's
as
different
mine
rules in
'cause
your
it's
house, aren't there? So when you
international
step,
waters."
when you go into a different person's house, right, you're following their laws, aren't you?
Yeah, but if
So
I go
if you
outside
step
their house,
outside
I'm not
that-
following international waters.
There are
Yes,
rules
okay,
around planets.
Well, let's look
You're
at
not
it
allowed to own
because
it.
there's no other humans. It would probably follow, international water law. However, if say New Zealand sent out their own people with space Y, then all of a sudden in their areas they get their own
Space
separate law.
Y.
Space Y stuff that they bring over.
So what happens if someone is born on Mars? What would
Then
that
they're a
national-
Martian.
Yeah, then they're a Martian.
So that means they're the
So
only
you're gonna have to get
person-
like a
Yes,
green-
and they're the only pure Martian when really the people that have gone up there are immigrating to Mars.
Exactly. So you're saying that that person technically should own
Yeah,
Mars.
so the first person born on Mars, technically, as the only indigenous Martian.
But
Well,
they will
people
still
will get
have
money real
US
soon.
citizenship.
Exactly.
Yeah, think about that.
So what's the male to female ratio going up there?
I don't
I think
know.
it's split down the middle.
Well,
Probably.
people are going to be very busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I
Especially when
doubt
there
that,
ain't
'cause
much
to
to
begin
do.
with, they'll be having to set up the haps and whatnot. Cause
It'll
they'll
be
end up
like
building
Married at
houses over
First
cities.
Sight.
I mean, you got to give it to Matt Damon.
Just
he
chaos.
Grew potatoes on Mars.
Oh,
you know?
man.
I mean,
Who
All they've
got
got to
potatoes?
do is
that was
farm
a
their own
documentary,
poo.
right?
I mean, he did grow 'em with his own feces.
Exactly,
Mm,
and the
mm.
feces of all the other people in his team,
That's
not
true.
just his own. It was
That's
everyone.
true.
It was a
There was a good movie.
communist party. You know, it was we, not I.
Yeah.
So, what would...
Yeah.
what
He
would
did it
that-
all listening to bad music as well.
Hey, that wasn't bad music.
It was pretty good. Some of it was good, not all of it.
You don't diss it.
Some of the songs weren't great.
I mean,
So it'll be because if we go for international waters on the outside their bubble dome cities and whatnot, seeing as the atmosphere of Mars is mostly made up of carbon dioxide, I think. Don't quote
Yeah.
me on that, but I'm pretty
No,
sure. it
I'm
is.
pretty sure that's correct.
When we install CO2 scrubbers, which then convert that carbon dioxide back into oxygen by planting trees and things like that, to terraform the atmosphere of the planet, what is it going to follow then when you don't have to be out wearing a blooming spacesuit outside? I mean,
It's just the same. It's just the same
thing is-
territory laws. I mean,
I
that's
mean,
like,
it'd
you know,
have
if
to be
you're...
broken down into your territory rules like the states. How every other country runs it. This is your city. This is your borders of your city. This is where your suburbs are.
I don't think anything will change, even depending on the...
It'll take a
level
very
of
long
atmosphere.
time.
I don't think anything will change.
Don't worry. I'll
Yeah,
cut it,
no,
and they'll
yeah,
just
you
wonder
mean
what I
reset
cut.
on this
Some cultures
podcast.
wear headwear, and they go out in public, and it's fine. There's no difference to someone who doesn't wear that. They're literally the same. You know, they're both people. There's no difference in law, so it'd be the same.
Yes.
Well, no, I'll stop there.
Yes.
Anyways, yeah. So Martians, fun times, eh?
Nice.
2025, only 7 years away. Blow your
Well-
going back to the whole sort of like not having spacesuits on sort of thing.
yeah.
You do have to remember that Mars is
It's freezing.
That'll take a very
freezing
long
cold.
time.
There is basically no way in the.
Well, don't worry, because humans are
environment
really good at
itself.
global warming.
Also, we don't know whether or not it has.
Don't worry, Dan. We'll
Well,
all
we
be
could probably
dead by
figure
the
that
time that happens.
Crikey,
Well,
Dick,
wait,
no,
wait,
it's only
is it
2025 when they're sending it over.
Yeah, but they won't be able to establish atmosphere before.
Oh no,
Like a
so
good
we'll
1,000
be living in
years.
bubble dome cities if we go there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll be
Have you
bubble-
not
it'll
seen
be
the-
bubble dome cities.
What's the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where he's like, Total
You
Recall?
mean
I think it
Nazis
is?
on the moon?
Is
No,
it-
way
I
less.
think
Iron
Total
Sky.
Recall. I think he's on Mars.
No, yeah, no, Total Recall. Total Recall.
Come on,
Yeah,
Iron
yeah.
Sky, you know.
Yeah, Douglas Quaid, I think his name was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
In the year 2084, who dreams of visiting the colonized Mars. He visits Recall, a company that plants false memories into people's minds in order to get the thrill of Mars without having to travel there. Something goes wrong during the procedure. Quayle discovers that his entire life is actually a false memory, and that the people who
Boom.
implanted it in his head now want him dead.
Get to
Isn't
the
it
chopper!
Isn't that just every Bourne movie ever?
Crikey.
Oh,
So okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Back
pretty
at
much,
Matt
it is
Damon.
really- it is really.
But let's keep
Matt
it a topic of
Damon.
space.
So keep back onto this Martian stuff. When space travel becomes, it's just like hopping on a plane to go from one country to another. Would
Yeah.
you move to Mars? Would you move to Mars? Because I reckon in the next sort of, I say 25 to 30 years, it might become a realization. But particularly with the way tech's advancing and all that sort of stuff, and the
Yeah.
progress that
I don't know.
groups like SpaceX are actually making with this sort of technology.
The problem is
and their plans to send it in the
It
next 7 years.
took people long enough to trust planes as much
Yeah,
as they
but
do now. And
people-
it'll take
well,
probably a
it's all
similar
huge
amount of
percent.
time for people to trust space, like
Yeah, but who
travel
cares
that
about
way.
that?
Yeah, but the technology will
I'm not-
still be there for
Yeah.
it. That's what he's getting at.
I'm not talking about
Oh,
whether
yeah,
or not
absolutely.
the population trusts it or not. I'm talking about you guys personally. If in 20, 30 years you had the opportunity to move to Mars, you could come back, but you had the opportunity to go to Mars to live there for a few years or move there permanently, would you?
Hard question to answer at this current time.
Yeah. What do you reckon?
It depends
Given
how much
that-
it costs to bring the hull over.
I feel like it would be actually quite a. I feel like it would
That's
be quite a good opportunity too.
Yeah,
I mean,
I reckon it could be quite
It
interesting.
will be cool, but also
it's a
we
9-month journey at the moment.
we don't know what's
but
like
9 months,
on
that's pretty
that
9
planet
months, it's
right
not
now.
that
Like
bad,
you know,
9 months.
more in the
there
way
are some
of
German scientists that are working on hyperdrive technology, and there's a guy that has managed to do some numbers, and he's building a prototype currently. I can't remember where I read this. It was some random article that I found online somewhere. But with his prototype that he was working on, it would have taken a trip to the moon 10 minutes, rather than like the 4 days, which it is now, or 3 days, or whatever. So
right.
that's a pretty good drop in
If
time.
it means anything, one key thing about people moving to Mars, I reckon all the millennials will move over because gravity.
Because we're already such a disappointment on Earth. What have we done? I
Man,
mean,
you realise you're a millennial, right?
I'm
Yeah.
talking about the millennials that eat avocados. You know what I'm talking about.
Right.
you know, those aren't millennials. Those have no generation.
You mean the Gen Zs, man?
After
Yeah,
you know,
whatever.
after 2004, there is no generation.
Anyway,
Yeah,
also
we can say.
just those super into weight loss, you'd instantly lose 2/3 of your body mass.
Here you go.
Your
It's the
body-
new
your body
Jenny. It's the
weight
new
is
Jenny
really
Craig.
mass.
Get
Clarify.
light pretty
Doesn't
quick.
do
You know,
that.
take a trip to
Because-
Mars. The gravity is only 0.7 of Earth. You lose 30 pounds just by moving planets.
It's
Whoop-am.
it's actually 0.3.
Scientists hate
Andrew,
him.
Andrew, you'd only weigh 100 kilos. on
Elon
Mars.
Musk.
Holy crap, only 100 kilos. Mate, I wish I wasn't a fat guy living in my basement. I wish I'm not.
I would weigh
Wow.
probably about, I'd probably weigh about 35 kilos. On
So what,
Mars.
you were like 70,000?
I think I'm 85 kilos or something.
Oh, crikey, bro. Mate,
Fat.
Not bad.
you fat sob.
Oh, we get
Save the food for the rest of us, eh?
Could we have a stick burn counter?
That's 1 point counter.
Right, I've got a whiteboard next to me. I'll write that on the list.
I'm gonna be honest. Didn't hear a word of that because 4 people were talking at the same time. So
True.
whatever.
Well, you'll
I'm
probably
gonna
find the
say,
listeners
Andrew,
didn't hear a
you're my
single
friend.
thing either.
I'm just gonna say, Andrew, you're my friend and I appreciate you.
Are you sure about that?
And you-
Are you sure?
Are you sure
You
about
don't
that?
sound very
Are you
appreciative.
joking?
You will end me one day.
Right. So, should we move on to our question?
Yes. What was our? Yeah. What? Wait.
Okay. I will go up
I feel like I had
and
more
read it
space
out
up
to
than I
us, eh?
forgot.
So, after such a long time of thinking, and I hope we've all done thinking on this one, because it's a bit of a
Going to
strange
Mars?
one.
You still haven't given me a straight answer. Come on.
Me
Maybe.
Yeah.
going to Mars.
So Toby's a maybe. Dan, what are you? Yeah or nay? Or you're in the middle there.
I wouldn't move immediately. I'd wait at least like
Likewise.
So
maybe
maybe.
30, 40 years after
That's
colonization.
no. That's what he said. In 30,
So
40
that's what
years.
I'm saying. 30,
No, I'm talking
30
about-
years.
Wait, is that 30, 40 years
After
when we-
colonization.
40 years.
So
On
we'd
the
be
colonization.
50s. We'd be 50 something, you know.
Well, no, because
you
that's
reckon?
when that's when we plan on being on Mars. I'm going to say I'll wait a few more years after colonization, when actually.
Dude, we only plan to be on Mars in 7 years' time.
Ah,
7 years.
Yeah.
yeah, but as in like properly colonizing it will take a few years at least.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No. Of course it will. But
Babies don't.
Yeah,
grow
that's-
I
up
will-
fast.
if you had the here you go. If you had the choice of going to Mars where there is a colony and it's fully,
Just a straight
in
answer.
order.
Fully fledged.
fully
Or
fledged,
staying here.
or
Just a
staying here.
straight answer.
Yeah, I'd
Would
give
you
a
do
go.
it?
You give it a go. Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
I would give it a go.
I'd say
I would
maybe.
give
I'd give it a go.
I'd say
if I had
maybe.
money, sure.
I'm
No, no,
stuck
like
on
it's-
a.
Low gravity. That'd be fun.
I'm
Wait,
stuck on a
how
maybe,
is the
mate.
gravity in comparison?
0.3.
Mm.
The gravity's 0.3.
Yeah.
We're going to Mars, boys.
I'm
We're
still
having
a.
Macca's for breakfast from now on.
I'm still a maybe. Just
Wait,
because I'm.
you guys don't? I've been
Well,
having
well.
Mac.
Well, there you go. You've been having Macca's for breakfast anyways.
Oh,
I
you're
have-
one of those people that goes past my work and pulls up at 9 a.m. in the drive-through and
Oh
clogs
boy,
it.
it's 9 a.m.
I
Oh boy,
work
it's
in a-
2 a.m.
Yeah.
Who eats Krabby Patties at 3 a.m.? Oh boy, it's 3 a.m.
All right.
I'm gonna be
Okay.
honest, I would actually kill for like making a burger at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Like
So true.
burgers,
Have you
burgers.
not ever done that?
Have you never done that, Dan?
Not made a burger at 3 a.m.
I have.
Oh, I made food at
The
5
earliest
a.m.
the earliest I've done is like 2 a.m. Where
Dude, you just go to Macca's. You don't even have to make it.
You just
make
go
someone
there
do it
at
for
2
you.
a.m. and
and
they're
you,
there.
and you. Should we continue with our?
Shall we
Should we
move
just
to the
move on?
question now?
Yes.
Right,
Yes,
what a question we got to enlighten us with.
Okay. So the question that we sort of had to think about for a few days, and I hope we all have, because I haven't. If you were to like, because we all
crap,
love
I
the
didn't
Star
realise
Wars
that-
movies, eh? Most of us,
I didn't study for this test. Wait, let me cram.
except Toby. No, we all love the Star Wars. We all like the Star Wars movies at least.
Yeah,
Hold on,
yeah.
very quickly. I love that change from love to like.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
Jar Jar
me,
Binks is
me,
my
Adam, and
favourite
Andrew really
Come
like
on.
like
Oh
we
my
love the
God.
Star Wars movies.
character. Come on,
I-
leave some hate in the comments, please.
I'm a big
anyway.
fan of the Star Wars movies. Yes.
I
love
love them.
I mean, I greatly
Good old Captain Kirk on that.
like
the Daedalus,
Captain
right?
Kirk.
Daedalus.
Oh yeah, that brand
Kirk
new
and the
one
Daedalus.
called Kirk, a Star Wars
Captain
story.
Kirk and the Stargate.
Kirk, a Star Wars story.
With the Battlestar,
Yeah, yeah.
Battlestar
The
Galactica.
Galactica.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Galactica.
And
Hold on.
those, what are they? Those Cylon thingies, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, in the
How about,
the
Xenomorphs.
in the
Yeah,
police box
Yeah,
that
this-
time
this-
travels.
What
Anyway,
about
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, what
okay.
what was the question?
All right.
There was no question.
If only.
If only.
If you were to design your own Death Star, what would you add to it that the Emperor never had on his, and would you name it something different? If so,
Ooh.
what?
Oh yeah.
It would be the Sprinkle Star. It would be
The
giant pink. It's the Sprinkle Star. It is the space station
I know what
that
I do.
travels through the
Okay,
galaxy.
no. So,
I mean,
all right, guys, stop.
Look
We'll
at that.
start with Andrew at the top.
Yeah. So seems like
This
he
is
wants
gonna
to.
take a while.
So the Sprinkle Station, right? So
Yep.
instead of having giant turbo laser cannons,
Mhm.
it's got sprinkle cannons, man. It's like a giant drive-through that floats around the cosmos. It is the biggest, like, froyo, bloomin' ice cream bar. You go in there, get your thick shakes, your sundaes, everything, mate. The galaxy'd love you. No one would be worrying about the Empire. It'd be like, oh, hey, look, it's the Empire. They give us free froyo. Boom.
And then you
So-
block the planet.
So you would capitalize on the fact that you would be accepted as the new leader of the universe
Exactly.
if you had a giant ice cream bar.
A giant ice cream bar. Damn, Skippy, man. People like free food.
Yeah,
Solve it, you know?
yeah. So like,
Everything
what
tastes
type
good
of
when it's
you know
free.
would you sell anything other than ice cream?
Well, I mean, you gotta have your toppings.
Get stuck.
You gotta have all your toppings, you know? Your sprinkles, your chocolates, your sauces, your hot
So it's like a
sauces.
giant
I have a feeling that we'd also
soyo.
provide, like, nice hotel service.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, you can stay in this hotel with a bed shaped in this unique way. To... you know what's
In
like
the
You've
shape
been
of-
researching for your trip to Japan, bro.
So wait, so like so you would
Star Wars.
It would be like the ultimate Airbnb, you know?
so would it
it would
shoot
not only
ice cream
be
from
a
it?
giant ice cream station, it would be an Airbnb.
Okay.
I mean,
So-
but what purpose would it be to
To the Empire, what would they?
Well, I mean,
It
you
would
keep
appease
the
all those
bloomin'-
anime fans in the Empire. Because obviously, that's a thing.
No. You keep all the bloomin', you know, the big laser, the Kyber Crystal Turbo planet blow up laser,
The giant
Everything-
lightsaber, basically.
Exactly, the giant
Yeah.
lightsaber, effectively. You'd leave that there as, you know, it's a last resort. If the
But
planet
like,
gets
so
too
you
far
have the
out of line-
laser on one side, and then
then
on
would
the
they
other
fear
side
it?
you've got
Wouldn't
the
they
ice
fear
cream
it?
bar.
No,
No,
they'd
because
only
they've got
fear
the
it
ice
if
cream.
they know. But I mean, come on, free ice cream. Would you? I would go to a place that I know could destroy my own planet to get the ice cream because I know that if the planet gets destroyed, I'm on the place. with
And if
ice
it's
cream.
an Airbnb, it means you can live
It's
on
an
the thing
Airbnb,
that's
you
going to
can live
destroy
there,
your
man.
planet. And it means that you won't be harmed by the planet destruction, even though there's so many
Exactly.
people you
And
probably love and care
There's
about
a-
on that planet.
What happens with overpopulation? Because
Okay, okay.
Overpopulation would do what China did.
Well,
up
it's the
until-
Empire. They'll just kill them.
Okay, here's
You have
where
a-
I'm
you
thinking
have-
is
What you do is you block a floor off, an entire level of star, and you have a culling. No one would know.
You
because
give
everyone
one
on that
guy a
level would
shotgun.
die. No one would be able to talk about it. Everyone would just be like,
but okay,
"This guy, I
but
haven't
here's
seen him in ages." You know, it's like an entire level just disappeared overnight.
Yeah.
No one would even
Well,
know.
what you do, Andrew, is you close off the level, like you said, but you give one
Have
guy
a
a shotgun
Hunger
and tell him
Games.
if he doesn't kill as many people as possible, he will die.
Crikey, Dick! You're having the Hunger Games. You see off a whole level of the Death Star. Hunger Games.
It's just a purge, is what it
That
is,
is really just
of one sort of level of the Death Star.
one level
Yeah.
of the Death Star.
So you've
Right,
got
so-
big laser cannon on one side.
big laser cannon one side,
And
pink
a
frosted
giant
circle
ice
on
cream.
The other side.
okay. Here's the thing I don't see with the fact of having it as a pink fluffy like thing.
It's like the dark side of the moon, Adam. No one sees the back side of the moon. No one will see the giant
Yes, but
death
when it
laser.
turns, okay. So
No
if I
one-
go,
that's never
if
gonna
I
turn
go
around.
to,
No one
okay,
will
if
see
I
that
go
death
over
laser.
to your house, if I go over to your house, go up to your mother shoot her in the face, and then I turn around and just like, here you go, here's an ice cream cone. Would you instantly respect me?
But
Would you
no,
instantly
but
respect
see
me?
what Andrew's counting on here is that no one will see the laser because they will all be spending so much time at the ice cream bar as
That
the only
ice cream
thing they
bar
saw.
in the Airbnb, bro.
Yeah.
Anything out of the bush.
But what,
What purpose does it serve? It's a sick as 5-star Airbnb.
All right.
but what's the
Would
strategy?
return
What's
again.
the
It's just to
Strategy,
pull people in and
conquer
make
the
the Empire
universe
look good.
Through people's weakest points. Their
Ice
stomach.
cream.
ice cream?
Exactly. Through
All
their
right.
stomachs.
So
All right.
And
okay.
I guess next person. So Daniel, we'll go for you
Yeah.
next.
What's the stitch?
Well, I mean, the thing is, Andrew kind of half took my ideas, but definitely
Alright.
took it to another level.
yeah.
Basically, the Death
Oh,
Star
great.
is instead of firing... Okay, I've got one of two options. One, instead of firing a laser cannon, it's actually just a giant Pez dispenser and kills planets. No. Kills planets.
It's a giant Andrew's head, and it just opens up, and just a little Pez that just slowly flies through the air. Sirens going off. It's the Pez! No!
Run the Pez!
Basically, this is how it works. It shoots and it fires the Pez.
It
It's
scores!
a massive Pez, so it destroys the planet, and anybody who's still alive can live on the Pez dispenser, and therefore they die via long-term diabetes.
Crikey.
And
Jeez, that's good.
it would be called the America.
Okay, yeah, very
Would it
good.
just
Are
be a giant...
you trying to stereotype a country, bro?
Oh yeah, we can't do that
English.
here on
Yeah.
YouTube.
You're English, dude.
Looks into camera.
I'm sorry. Logan Paul was sucks.
Oh yeah, totally. Not gonna watch that fight. Alright.
My second idea is that this is into like a half and half universe where the Empire is actually just a face has a face that we're all falling for. Basically, the Death Star turns everything into giant Lego models, which therefore they can use to sell off Lego Star Wars games.
Ooh, crikey. That's
Oh,
not too
wow.
shabby.
Yeah.
Right.
And so
Definite,
therefore,
yeah.
all the blocks that you play with in like Lego Star Wars films.
It's all just human.
yeah.
people.
Those were actually human living.
They were
things, monsters.
aliens. They were people. They
Yeah.
were. Tough,
Okay.
because you can't run in the campground.
Yeah. So you've
You
got
can only
giant
run
Pez
fast.
dispenser that gives everyone diabetes, and wow.
And a laser cannon that turns people into Lego.
Right.
Okay.
What is this Lego Worlds? That great game that came out years ago. Great
Oh,
game.
it died so long ago.
Oof. Oof. Oh no.
Right, Lee, what are you thinking? What are you
Me?
thinking? Yeah, what do you? what's
You're
your
next.
opinion?
Well,
You're next on the
I've given a bit of thought since I first asked the question in this podcast because I didn't give it any thought at all.
No,
While I was busy with assignments.
oh,
But I've come up with a great idea. See, instead of the giant laser cannon, it's gonna be a giant sonic cannon.
like Sonic the
um,
Hedgehog cannon.
no,
that
like
shoots Sonic
sound.
So
bullets?
when
You
you
know?
hit it, rings come out.
No sound, like sound.
No,
You know?
it shoots rings. Like sound waves.
Well, no. You haven't heard the best part. But
Righto.
up in the Emperor's office, he's got a giant soundboard of prequel quotes that he can use to blow up planets with sound waves. But here's the good side. See, people would often look at this and go like, "Oh, that's horrible. He shouldn't be doing that." But yeah. But it's also got a free refill and drink center
free
built
refill,
into
yeah,
it,
free
so you
refill.
can get the free refills. You know.
get
But
that
yeah,
free
mostly I'd just love to see like the Death Star, but instead the Emperor presses a giant button that says "Hello there," and it like blows the whole planet up.
Don't know me. And he just says, "Hello there," and
And it just it's just a giant air raid cannon.
I'm not quite sure whether or not I'm wrong. Have you considered the physics behind this?
No, we don't care about physics.
No. There's no physics. It's just the Emperor just sits up there.
Hey, if it's loud enough and it's at the right frequency, it could vibrate the planet apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it would also obliterate everyone on it. But
is that in order for sound to travel, it needs a medium to go through. Space
Oh,
is no medium.
space is vacuum.
it's
Nothing
fine.
travels
It's
through.
fine. It's Star Wars.
Okay.
It's
And
space.
and
It's
see
space opera.
also
Yeah. Well,
Also-
This is the argument coming from the guy with the giant Pez dispenser for a battle.
also yeah.
Argue.
Also, I figure
That
that instead of making the Death Star a ball, you know how like the Empire is very self-centered, like
they're
very
very like,
much
triangles.
focused on themselves and triangles and
Geometry.
circles and things. Geometry, yeah. I reckon they make it just Darth Vader's head, and the sound waves come out of the triangles.
what the breathing control?
Yeah. So he can go, if he really wants to, he can press just Darth Vader breathing, and it goes, and like
have,
blows
like-
the whole planet up.
And
There you
like
go.
the headpiece goes up a bit, and all the fighters come out of there.
Yeah, they come out of his eyes.
No, the eyes is where the bridges are. So you have two bridges,
Oh yes.
and
The
it just
bridges,
opens
the
up the
eyes.
top a little bit, and just little flies just like come out.
I
Well,
don't think
it's
they
kind of
fly
realistic,
either,
isn't it? Because
The
if you
flies.
take off Darth Vader's helmet, all the flies will go in.
Yeah, well, that's how the ships come back.
I know, I'm
They
talking
just
about-
they get
talking
sucked
about
in
Darth
by
Vader.
the vacuum.
How does he shower?
I'm pretty sure we saw this in Rogue One. I'm pretty sure you saw that.
Does he like take off both his arms and legs? Because
Yeah,
we know
yeah.
both- all of
'Cause
them are
Adam-
So he's just a nugget
Andrew.
in the shower.
Andrew,
Oi.
you remember
Oh,
Andrew?
none of that on here.
Andrew,
The back to tank. Yeah, no, right.
yeah, you remember in Rogue One how it shows him in the
But that's
Without-
a healing thing, not
That's a healing
Yeah, but he had no
He would be-
armor on.
He
It
would be
cleans
all
him as well.
sticky when he came out of that, mate. They would be like swimming in a pool of golden syrup or something.
Well, when he talked to Director Krennic and
Maple
made that
syrup
awful
and
pun,
Oh yeah.
why was
Choking
his
on his
why
own
was his
ambitions.
suit not sticking to him? Anyway,
Because it's not
all right,
velvet.
we'll move on. These are questions for other days.
Right, Toby.
Toby,
What's your
Go on.
shim-sham?
Alright, so, I mean, it's a pretty simple concept, although I don't quite have a name. I would be designing a Death Star that revolves around manipulation of gravity. So,
Crikey.
basically,
Ooh.
it would blow up a planet from the inside and then use gravity to pull it all back together and basically recycle every single bit of mass on that planet and rebuild it from scratch. So they could create the Empire and spread. So basically, they kill the planet, then they re-implode it together again, and then they remake the planet, but it's all Empire based.
Sounds like a lot of
Oh.
work.
Well, not really. All it's got to do is it fires
No,
out
no,
a beam, which goes
Fine,
into
I
the
mean,
planet.
so it's making a giant Pez
I'm just trying to
dispenser.
rebuild.
Yeah,
all right, Pez boy. All right.
Shut up, I'm talking here. I'm talking. All it has to do
I'm
is
walking here.
Shut up. Explode the planet from the inside, and then implode it with like a gravity mine or something to pull it all back together. They don't actually like have to instantly go over and rebuild and everything.
Oh,
But
yeah,
it's
but I mean,
basically
they have
just-
to then-
So it's like a
Explode
gravity
it,
well.
and then re-implodes it together. So basically, you're just recycling the mass. But on top of that, they can even you can get two planets, and it will bring them together towards the Death Star or Gravity Star.
So it
and
has
it's
3
close to-
testicles
yeah.
instead of 1.
Crash two planets together, and boom, they recycle mass.
Boom.
so-
Wow.
Yeah,
So now you have one giant planet instead of
yeah.
2
You know, you've
Pluto
just got a
planets.
giant mess in the solar system,
Right.
which will eventually
Toby,
turn
I've got-
back
Toby,
into a
I've got-
Is
planet.
Pluto still a planet, or is it
No.
just
No, it's an ice cube.
Toby, I've got a question.
Yes.
This
17.
sounds very sort of like eco-friendly. Are you Plastic July or?
The Death Star, we don't need no recycling. I don't know. I just want to do something with gravity because I don't know. Gravity's just
Gravity.
cool.
It's unexplored, you know?
Yes,
Gravity.
exactly. I mean, they've always had
It's the force
gravity
that's always pulling
manipulation
you
in Star
down.
Wars. Because like, on ships and everything, they have gravity manipulation.
Well, artificial gravity. Yeah, that's what they
Yeah,
call it.
exactly. So they do have the technology to actually manipulate gravity. So therefore, it's not like a completely unknown concept that would be possible, or impossible for them.
Yeah, but I
Right.
guess they'd have some kind of power station or something that is the central focal point for that gravity manipulation. Whether or not they'd be able to actually manipulate that outside of the ship or whatever it is would be the.
Yeah, but this is, it doesn't. Nothing. The physics don't have to be completely explained. I mean, look
True.
at
I
Daniel's
mean, it's
one.
Star Wars. It's Star Wars. It doesn't need
Exactly.
I mean, lightsabers.
Okay.
You know.
So on to
Right.
Adam, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. They're the
I mean, my
final-
idea.
final
Okay,
one.
so I actually had quite a bit.
I thought he was a Pez dispenser.
No.
It's Adam.
It's a nut dispenser.
Okay,
Oh,
no,
right,
think about it.
right.
I'm thinking more of a what is the actual point of blowing up a planet? I mean, yes,
Make
it
a
brings.
statement.
Yes, but
It's a fashion statement.
what would be more like thing saying, "Oh yes, we destroyed a planet. We
Well,
can't
you
really
have
do
no
anything."
proof. There's no planet there.
Exactly. So what I'm thinking of, like some sort of ship that fires canisters of gas to poison the planet, like the people, like a virus.
I smell Hitler.
I know, like a virus.
It's funny
Okay,
because it's coming from a
Oh,
British
one in
dude.
every crowd, eh?
Yeah. No, think about it. Think about
Sorry,
it.
not sorry.
You think about it. What's the point of destroying a planet, but then you can't do anything with that planet? It's just the astral.
It's just
I was
astral
thinking,
floating space.
Well, the first thing I would do is I would remove the features of any, like the entire surface is just going to be flat on the.
Flat
You're
it.
gonna,
Yes.
you're gonna MC it to flat the world out, you know?
No, to flatten the.
Minecraft.
Turn it into a plains
No,
biome.
flatten the ship, so there's no exhaust port for the rebels to destroy it.
And it's going to be super flat.
Did anybody else
Yeah,
here
super
remove
flat.
the fetus?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
No, I didn't. I did not.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
damn it.
Right, let's keep moving
So-
on.
If you just
Crikey.
kill the planet with like a virus that only affects living tissue, you can leave all the
Saying,
plants.
just scorched earth, you know, just burn
Pretty
them,
much.
burn them.
Exterminatus. Exterminatus.
You could do that thing from The
Exterminatus.
Simpsons where there's that gas which turns their insides out.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, but that
I
would
mean,
be a mess
okay,
to clean up.
I mean, okay, because I did a bit of
Moving
research.
along. lot, man.
I did a bit of research. Good old
Of
Clone
course you
Wars, Clone Wars and stuff. There was an actual virus in the Star Wars universe that pretty much destroyed an entire planet. I'll bring it up. I can't remember. It's like
Alright.
blue
Isn't that an
virus.
episode where Jar Jar Binks is in there?
Yes, and
Yeah.
he kind of almost kills, but he kills like.
Every
The entire-
episode he's in, he almost
Destroyed.
kills everyone.
So
But here's the thing: he's technically not the bad guy.
yeah.
Think
Well, I
about it.
mean, it was his idea to swing the vote for the new Chancellor,
No.
which caused Palpatine.
He is
To be
the Sith Lord
Actually,
after
I
all.
feel like it's actually Padme's fault for saying that
For
we need to
dying.
stop. We need to stop. We need to get this guy out of power and get someone else in.
Mm.
So it's technically Padme's fault.
We'll just blame her. I mean, she just gave up the will to live, you know?
I mean, yeah, think about it.
She
She had,
died for no literal... She just couldn't be bothered living anymore.
she
Too
died of a
sad
broken
without
heart.
without her anti-sand husband.
I mean, why do you think they put Luke on Tatooine?
Yeah. But do you reckon he had like protests to remove the sand from the galaxy? Got to get
I mean,
rid of
it
that.
is coarse and it gets everywhere.
Yeah, it's rough too.
It's rough.
It's a rough life.
It's rough.
It's a
Yeah.
rough life. Right?
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh well.
Well, definitely for a Sith Lord, it'll be difficult.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Um,
Rule of two and all.
So starting at the top again,
Okay, here we
Andrew,
go.
Yes.
if you were to rename it, like your one, what would you call yours? Would you stick with
Oh,
Death
I thought
Star
I
or
what did I call it? The Sprinkle Station?
Sprinkle Station?
Sprinkle. We could call it Sprinkle Star, you know?
Sprinkle Little Star?
Sprinkle the Sprinkle Star. I mean, come on. Who doesn't love that? The Sprinkle Star. Brings
Yeah,
joy
true.
and happiness to all corners of the galaxy.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds
With
good.
frosted
Love
flakes.
Them frosted flakes.
Alright.
Man,
It's
Frosted
just love and
Flakes
life.
actually are great.
So
Love and life.
Daniel,
Yes.
What would you name yours?
Boy.
Diabetes.
Well, I named
Diabetes
the Pez. I
2.0.
named the Pez. Actually, where about what's the country that Pez was made in?
Good question.
You know, Pez.
Just
they're
look it up.
Austrian. Pez is Austrian. Interesting.
Well, there
The
you
Hitler
go.
device.
Oh no,
Right.
that's your one.
No.
It'd probably have to be something to do with Austrian, but I reckon the Lego one has to be called LucasArts. Because it's still going to keep that forefront of sort of like, you know, yes, we're just a game company. No, we're not going to do anything to you. Giggle, giggle.
Yeah.
You mean EA, man. LucasArts is actually...
Now,
Alternatively, Pez is the Spanish word for fish.
Well, there you go. So it's the giant fish. It's the fish star.
And it's completely
stuff.
misleading because, of course, everyone's like, "Oh no, it's a giant fish," and they just start shooting.
No,
candy
it's
at it.
it's called the fish finger.
The fish
Oh,
finger.
yeah. I was thinking for mine. I was thinking either the Sound Star or the Darth Star, just because that's kind of close, but it's also
Why
Darth
does it have
Vader's
to be a...
head.
Okay, here's the
You could
thing.
call
Why
him
we always put...
Soundwave. You could call him
Oh,
Soundwave.
Soundwave, that's it.
We're
Soundwave.
ripping
Like-
off Transformers here, getting those Decepticons in, but I mean Soundwave.
Mm,
I mean, is the next question is, it's technically not a star. Like,
No, it's
why
a
do we
moon.
why do we instantly
You
say...
saying Darth
hey,
Vader's not a star?
No,
I mean,
he's
here's-
a small moon.
No.
That's no moon. That's Darth Vader's head.
And look,
Blasting
there's
sound
snowflakes coming out
waves.
from under its helmet.
Oh, it lifted off the helmet!
Is that Ewan McGregor's
Lady.
Obi-Wan voice?
Fedora.
Hello there!
Hello there. Oh god.
I have the high ground.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be the greatest name of a ship, the High Ground.
Yeah.
The high ground. Like, what's the name of your ship? But mine's
The
faster.
high-
No, I have the high ground. What's that?
Mine's
Space.
higher.
There is no ground in space.
Ah, that's why I brought dirt with me, so I have
I've got
the
a
high
jar
Oh,
of dirt.
Oh no.
Oh,
They
Christ.
will
Alright.
never
Or is
expect it.
or is it the high ground where they just smoke a joint beforehand and carry it?
Or it's the dirt smoking the joint.
We're on the high
but
ground
I'm a
now,
flexible.
and it's we have to be high. So Toby,
Oh yes, Toby.
if he's
What's
alive,
your one called?
if he's not
Okay.
here, oh there we go.
Yeah, it's
What's
gonna
your
be
one?
like either the gravity star or the gravity globe, although that sounds really cheesy. Or I don't know, something with. It's gotta have gravity.
Graviton.
I think gravity star's not too bad.
Oh
Graviton.
no!
Graviton.
Don't call it Graviton. That's too Marvel, my friend.
But
Even though
doesn't-
that sounds Transformers, Graviton.
Nah, it's from Marvel.
Is it?
He was the villain in
Yeah.
the latest season of Agents
Then
of
I'm going
Shield.
to call it
Agents of
Graviton
S.H.I.E.L.D.
2.
Graviton 2.0.
Graviton.
Graviton, but
In
in Star
space.
Wars.
No,
Well, he was in space, but he's dead.
Yeah, true. He froze.
Spoiler.
Spoilers, yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah,
Wait,
better warn about
Alright,
that after the fact.
Spoiler, you had to put spoiler in the front of this podcast. because,
No,
you know,
I'll just put
spoil-
spoiler warning, like, bleep up on the screen before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like you have to have like epilepsy warning.
Oh yeah,
Good
flashing
epilepsy.
lights
Just for
in
voices.
the completely black screen podcast.
Yeah, well, no, you
Yeah.
need to have a stand.
There'll be a logo, yeah, there'll be something.
You just need a slate. It's just a cheesy SpongeBob.
What we'll do
Yeah.
is we'll
Thing
just
that
use the
icon
Space
on.
Camp logo and have that rotating in the center.
Advertisement.
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 Yep.
Alright,
I think Space
Toby,
Camp would have a bad
so-
reputation.
Adam.
Oh yes.
Adam, what would you name
Yes. Well, apart from the obvious one, but you know, we're not gonna talk about that one.
Potato Station 1.
I mean, something about poison and
it? Oh,
virus.
Schwitz.
No.
2.0.
No. Wow.
Well, I had to go there. It was. You said gas, they said Hitler. The one thing missing was.
Wow, Lloyd.
Wow.
This is actual
Yeah.
like
Just wow.
wow. We're actually like
Wow.
talking about a
You talk
serious
about
thing
it.
here.
You
Yeah.
took it there.
People talk about serious things on these all the time.
Well,
Plus,
Yeah,
I
but-
mean, who's ever going to see this? He says to the Wall Street Journal.
Wouldn't you more going to say his?
We're not that popular yet, guys. It's fine.
Crikey.
No one's seeing us,
Crikey.
hearing us.
Them hardcore fans are listening in 2025.
What, the 17 of them?
I'm speaking to you from the past. Yes, Jason, that hair does look good.
All
Anyway.
17 of us?
Someone dies of heart attack. It's like, that was me.
Yeah, Louis, isn't your mum like 3 of your subscribers?
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pretty sure
Hey,
3 of
Dan,
my
you
subscribers
You realize
are
that
some people from school that, like, continue to make Gmail accounts and just subscribe.
Hey, Dan, you realize that if Louis' mum is 3 of his subscribers, that means Louis' mum is also 3 of your subscribers, right? Ah, bollocks.
True. Subscribe to all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, boys.
Anywho, but no. I was thinking, because, you know. Because let's have a look. I want to have a. I forgot to do research about this, but. Sorry. Wow, the coughing. So what were some of the ship, like the Empire's ships' names that they had?
Well, recently, they just had
Battle Stars.
Snoke's ship.
No, they had
There
the
was no real name for that.
No, it was called the Supremacy. It was called.
Was it? I didn't
Yes.
notice that.
That's
Okay.
a great news song.
Forgive me, Star Wars fans that will kill me. Dreadnought, that was a ship name.
I mean,
What was
I
it?
mean,
What was
each
General-
ship-
What
Okay,
was
so-
General Grievous's ship? I know it wasn't technically Empire.
Grievous's ship was like the one.
The Adjudicator or something like that?
Well, there was
Yeah.
only half a ship in the end, wasn't there?
No, not to worry. We're still flying half a ship.
At least we're still flying
it was
half a
the.
ship.
Well, I don't know. It wasn't the Soulless one was the name of his fighter.
It was the Malevolence.
The Malevolence. wasn't it?
Invisible. No, the Malevolence was the giant ship. The ship he
Yeah,
drove.
that was.
Yeah, no,
that
that's what I was
still-
reading.
That
Yeah,
that was Grievous's capital ship. It was the Malevolence.
But
The
in the siege on Coruscant, it was known as the Invisible Hand.
Yeah. Or just General Grievous's Starfighter, if you
What?
look at the Lego models.
Because he
Hey, I've actually
carefully,
got one.
because what, Adam, is it called that because he carefully and quietly fondled
It
the
was
planet?
invisible.
I mean, he did go in.
No
take
one
the Emperor,
noticed.
Go out. No, well, he, according to
Actually, if you want to get really, really down and deep into it, it was a Bell Bulab 22 Starfighter. Was a heavy starfighter constructed by the Fethin Uproll Scable Assemblies for the Confederative Independent Systems.
actually it
Alright.
was General Grievous' Starfighter, and there was only one of them.
Okay.
There was lots
So-
of them. They cost between, hey, look at this, new, they were 168,000 Republic credits. Or 125,000. for
Credits
use.
will do just fine.
Credits
No,
will.
they won't. Such a great line.
No, they won't.
Bloody
They want
Watto.
one guy.
Hey,
Day
you
one
Jedi
on
mind
one.
tricks do not work
That's
on
another.
me.
That's another great
I'm
soundboard
a
the Emperor would be
Toydarian. I
playing.
only believe in money.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just not
All
gonna
right.
make
Well, so how's the next question going to work? Because we're at surprisingly enough, it's gone quite quickly. We're at 47 minutes or 48
47 minutes, mate. Let's just keep going.
All right.
Very quickly before we continue, I do have an announcement. We do have to thank our sponsor, www.notonmywatch.com. Tired of your class 1 to riff strap always breaking? Make sure to give them a check out.
What? Well, I thought you were going to say you guys are pregnant.
Well, we've
Download-
already got.
Oh no.
We've
Crikey.
already got.
We've
Sponsors.
already got
Yeah.
17 subs. What is it?
We're sponsored by ourselves.
Sponsored by ourselves. Me, myself, and I. Check them on Facebook. Me, myself, and I. .co.nz. It probably is a website. Don't look it up. It could be weird.
Yeah. You might find something
we're not
you
sponsored.
don't want to look for.
Exactly.
And in case you do, we're not
It's not-
sponsored by
we-
them.
Yeah, we don't take any responsibility for what you search
You
in
can
your own
also-
time.
I mean, we don't judge, but
Much.
Mark Zuckerberg
okay.
judges you.
Yeah, he also looks through your browsing history.
Yeah. Well, that's why he judges you.
I mean, he is a lizard after all, right?
Yeah. Well, that's
Yep.
true.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. He is. I mean, let's be honest. We can say that
Can we
in
talk
public
about
these
how
days.
funny it is that Facebook is now dying?
Yeah.
Facebook's
Well,
dying.
that's not. Well,
mean-
it's been going for a while.
Yeah, I know.
Or
But I
social
mean,
media
the
does.
recent studies that people have done, they say that teenagers now don't even want to be on Facebook because that's where only their parents are. Like it's for old people.
Yeah, I mean,
Cool
think
kids
about it.
use
Let's go back
Instagram.
to
What happened
Bebo,
to
guys.
Bebo?
Not sponsored.
Yeah,
How about
come on.
MySpace?
Nah,
MySpace
Bebo,
and
my
Bebo.
friend. Bebo is the place to
No,
be.
You got to go real back. You got to go to face pages.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
The
Do you remember
unspoken
Club
what was
Penguin.
the-
pages.
My twit face? That was going to be a thing for a while.
My twit
Yeah,
face. Cry,
my
you-
twit
you
face,
twit
YouTube.
face. You twit face.
You twit face,
You
that's
twit
right.
face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little fun interrupted by a period.
That didn't work anyway.
Now, for you guys listening, you won't understand that, but the rest of us that are here will, because we can see this.
Louis going to put the appropriate meme right now. It's just flashed
Right
up
now,
on the
it's
screen.
just on
Hopefully
screen
you all enjoy
for a
it. If
single
not, Louis, you're
frame.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
not,
Oh, look
Louis,
at that! It's
you're
a
editor.
picture of a
And it's
cheeseburger
gone
something
again.
appeared.
Single frame. Single frame.
Yeah.
You pause that video right that second to see what that is. Have
Yeah.
fun with that.
At exactly 47 point something milliseconds.
There you go. 47. There you go. Marker.
Wait, what was that? Was that a picture of a banana just went across the screen?
Exactly.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Wow!
Wow.
Wow!
Banana for scale. Come on.
Banana for scale,
Banana for scale. Thanks for
Nine
that.
gags.
Here's a picture of Andrew wearing a Donald Trump mask. Woo!
Way.
Dude, we haven't even started with the face reveals yet, so we don't
Haven't
know.
even started.
Oh, the
it's
face
alright, they
reveals.
can't see
Yeah,
my face
totally.
underneath that.
Totally.
Ah.
I've just got to, guys, I've just got to hire
We're
Will
just gonna be
Ferrell to
disembodied
do
voices
all of
for the
us
rest
as a
like,
face
It's going to be
reveal.
episode 300 before anyone even knows who we are. It's going to be great. Like,
Well, they won't even know what the name means by then, so...
exactly. Netfomani. No one will ever know what that means except us. Well, only two of us. Half
Only
the crew
me
here
and
doesn't know
only
what it
me and
means.
Andrew.
The original OGs.
Yeah, yeah, the original OGs where only one of us was in the
Wait, whatever
videos.
to why we're still
By the way, those videos are now hidden.
Yeah, rename.
Uh,
rename.
Oh, but if you guys want to pay me, I actually do have, the video saved.
Yeah, yeah, I have those videos.
So if you guys in the comments want to go, hashtag relatable,
Donate donate to my Patreon.
donate to my, donate to my
Give a little
Patreon.
page. His Patreon is give a little. He's
sign
got
my
a
sign my
as well.
petition to remake The Last Jedi. Oh,
Wow.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Also, don't yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so to recover what we have a sprinkle station, a giant Pez dispenser,
Which
something
gives
that
planets
implodes
diabetes.
and reploads planets.
Yeah.
We have a
Giant
potato
Darth Vader head that
and a giant
fires
Darth
out
Vader.
prequel quotes.
Wait, what about
Crikey.
the virus?
Hmm.
Okay.
and
And
the
a
poison
giant
And the Hitler.
and
a giant
there.
gas chamber.
A giant
is what it
black hole
is.
that encloses around the planet. So is it like a planet that opens up and then like sticks around it? Quarantining the planet.
Yeah, more information actually, Adam. How does it work?
Okay, so pretty much
I'm
what it is,
curious, I'm
it's just like just one of those normal ships, but like the bottom of it opens out and it fires canisters.
I feel like
that
that'd be really
release-
ineffective.
What do you mean?
I feel like you'd want
Well,
it to
you wanna
wrap
have,
a
like,
planet.
You want to have something, like those people that play like really professional tennis and they have the ball cases, that stick an individual tennis ball in. I feel
Oh.
like your ship should be something like that.
No,
So
no, no.
the
I got
tennis ball
something.
is the
So,
planet.
so he fires out the canisters, right? And say, you know in Rogue One
He
how,
writes little notes on the
how
side
they're on-
saying, "Ha, ha, ha,
yeah, you
not for
know
ages,
in Rogue
free enough."
One how
Mhm.
they're on Scarif and there's that big shield around the planet.
Yeah.
So say you have a lot of satellites that it fires out, right? And they cover around the planet and they make a grid like that to stop anything getting out. And they shoot the gas into the planet, basically.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it stops it getting away from the atmosphere and still is just as effective.
True.
Yeah.
True.
I think that's a good way of doing it.
Yeah.
That could work. Or you could just have
Quarantine
things that
work.
fire satellites that just like little satellites that
Yeah, but what
drones
about the satellites from Bloomin' Solo? I mean, come on. Well, they just
I was
do
thinking
that.
more like, what are those really... It's like in... You play Battlefront 2
Battlefront 2.
storyline.
Yeah, yeah. of the story.
how they've got the big
that was the story. Yeah. it was
yeah,
the
how
story.
she comes across
Yeah.
her dad and he's got like the big like
Yeah,
laser
satellites
cannon
that are
things.
effectively like mini
Oh,
Death
the-
Star.
No, that's the things that change the weather.
Ah.
Yeah. It's like that.
Dun, 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 dun.
I feel like, a lot of information on that.
Exactly. Far too much information.
Yeah. But that's what that's what the whole point of this is.
Exactly. We just sit here for an hour
And
we
talk
gasbag
about
what we come to
stuff
know.
and things.
Exactly.
So
So,
I
So,
feel like maybe it's time to decide like who's picking the next question, which
Oh yes.
we'll be
yes.
recording
Crikey.
quite soon anyway. We'll have to record it like as soon as
next
Well, we're
week.
not recording now.
well,
Yeah,
no,
we
not
can't-
now.
no,
but we'll
this
have
is-
to
This is
record
just
it.
us practicing, Toby. The real recording session starts after we've finished this.
No, we are
know.
recording, Toby.
Let's do a
Yep.
six-sided die. But
Snake eyes.
if it rolls the sixth number, we get Jeremy to choose the question.
Oh, the
Oh.
legendary third party.
Yeah.
I mean,
the
I've got-
director of the whole
Sounds good.
thing,
The-
The
Yeah.
director.
Jeremy, the showrunner.
All right.
Mm,
All right.
yeah,
should,
yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm down
I've got
for
the
that.
dice.
I'm down
I've got the
for it.
dice. I've got the dice here. I've got the dice here.
So
Let's
same
give it
a
roll.
roll.
Andrew
So-
will be 1,
so
I'll
I'm
be
1.
2,
Okay.
Louis 3, Toby 4, Adam 5, Jeremy 6.
Alrighty, guys. Okay. So, can I have a drum roll? Can I have a drum roll, please?
We'll put that in post. Put that in post.
And today's lucky number is
17, 29, 48, and...
1.
Hey! Ding, ding, ding!
It's rigged.
So-
Can you roll it again, please?
It is rigged. Yeah, it's a way to die. I went over there specifically to check.
Oh.
No,
Alright.
it was Andrew. It had Andrew.
There we go. So
accept
next
that.
week's
Boom, so-
question.
So next week's question, I will let you know.
All right. Well,
Let's just
Think about
say it could be a number between 1 and 6, and surprisingly, it was a number 1. So, next week's question, we'll be looking forward to. Let's think, Jesus. No, we won't go that way.
oh, actually, should I search out like a random topic that we
Let's
have?
random topic. The Spanish Inquisition, because no one expected that.
All right. Okay. So
next week, guys, we're talking about the Spanish Inquisition.
No,
and how no one
okay.
expected.
Okay.
Go on.
So I searched that random thing, and it came up with a random generator. And the topic for next week is equality.
Equality. Let's not talk about that.
We're not allowed
the Spanish
opinions.
Inquisition.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay,
wait.
so it comes up with 5. So
Right.
you may choose between
I've got a
equality,
choice between- Yep.
brushing teeth,
Oh, yep.
icons,
Okay.
most expensive oil refinery in a country of your choice,
Okay, right.
first mobile home park in the world.
Okay, yeah.
What?
Mm.
I'm either down for toothbrushes or
Alright.
Or like,
this
something
expensive
around
oil,
toothbrushes.
you know?
Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
toothbrushes
let's
could
go
be pretty good.
toothbrushes.
Alright.
For next
Alright,
week, we're gonna talk
The
about
next week-
toothbrushes. That's just a taster for next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That being
I
said,
feel like we need to end tonight.
I feel like that is us.
That'll,
wrapped up.
yeah, that must be,
To end-
that'll be the
right.
end.
That is us.
To end
to
it-
conclude this.
Well,
To
no.
end with a quote.
So,
Oh no, we're not.
so,
the team was a quote. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
alright, yeah, that's the greatest
Alright,
quote
yeah,
of the
alright.
whole
That
thing.
is the greatest quote of all.
All right. That's
so,
how I end it with that quote.
well, I guess we'll,
Crikey dick, let's just...
we'll say,
Yep,
sure, we'll say
Shuffle some
goodbye,
papers.
and,
shuffle
we'll
some
see them next week, eh? So, we'll see you
Righto, boys and
later,
girls.
guys.
papers.
Das Vidania!